I was at the back of the team, and I look ahead, and Jeff, my friend and climbing partner over the years, is kneeling down. And as I came up to him, I realized that Anders and Brent were also kneeling down, and it was a human. And as I got closer, I will never forget what I saw. It was a man whose face was exposed, his hand had been exposed, his hand was twisted like the roots of like a 500-year-old oak tree. And he was suffering from extreme frostbite. And Jeff was working frantically to administer some medicine. It's medicine that basically acts as kind of an adrenaline to get your body going. And the temperatures were so cold that our vials of dexamethasone had frozen. And so we tried to administer some of it orally, and his face had been frozen. And at that point, you have to make the judgment call, do we continue to expend energy on this man who is so far gone, and the cold had reached so far into his body and done so much damage? We had exhausted every effort. So we pick ourselves up, and about 50 yards later, hanging, attached to the same rope that this gentleman was another man. And this man was far more coherent. He could say his name, utter a few words. He wasn't mumbling. And we spent about the next hour and a half working on him, trying to get him to warm up his hands, put on more gear, giving him some medication. He was able to ingest some of the medication. And then came a real pivotal point in the climb. And Jeff said, what should we do? What are we going to do? And I looked at Anders, I looked at Brent, I looked at him, and we all knew. It was just this universal, we have to. So we hitched him up to the rope, and we started dragging him down the mountain. And then ultimately we got him about 100 to 200 feet down, and one of our Sherpas came down, Tashi, and he said, I can get him down from here with one other person. And so Brent says, I'll take him. I want you guys to summit. He made it down to Camp 4, and they put him in a tent, and about 14 hours later, he passed away from pulmonary edema that was probably amplified by some of the exposure, just being at that temperature, that your body just breaks down. We did everything we could, and I wish we could have been there earlier.